Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to OMFG.FM's look at World of Warcraft Cataclysm. I'm your host, Jesse Cox from 10 Ton Hammer Live at 10tonhammer.com. Alright, so I have this little robot who follows me around here, and basically the next quest I get is, again, recover 6. You know what's funny? Apparently everything in the Gnome Zone is 6. In fact, I think I've done 3 quests, all asking me to get 6 things. Oh my god. I'm just playing. Yeah, anyway, for those who are curious, this is the first time I'm recording after the fact. So, yeah, it's kind of a new experience for me, I'll be honest with you. I find myself having to fill in blanks and, like, talk to myself, which is kind of... It's much more entertaining when I'm doing it while playing, because at least I'm thinking. Now I'm just watching a screen. I can't do this. Other people are clearly much better at something like this than me. However, the reason why I decided to do this is so I could fast forward it like I'm about to do right now. I had mentioned in the last video I was not too pleased with this zone. I'm not going to mention it again. I'm going to talk about actually what's going on instead of how much I think this zone sucks. As you can see, you go around and you have to kill these corruptor guys. You have to go to these little puddles that shoot out stuff. I don't even know what the hell those are. But this, I will admit, is badass. These slimes, not only they have cool faces, but that has like a little helmet from one of the dudes it ate in it. That's cool. I'm not going to hate on that model. That's pretty awesome. Again, you go over to the slime crap. I still don't know what the hell it is. It looks like one of those slimes melted. Like melted jello. Then it froze. It got like remolded frozen. And then it shoots like green goo out of it. Kinda. Yeah, I have no clue. But it said this is an airfield over here. What the hell kind of airfield is this? There's like vents and cogs and possibly sprockets. And I have no, you know, clearly I am not up to lore snuff on this area of the world. Because, you know, I had mentioned last video that I played a gnome. I played that gnome, I think, to level 40. That's the highest Alliance character I've ever played. So, me and Alliance lore don't sit too well. I know main stuff, but little tiny things don't even bother asking me. I couldn't tell you one little bit. However, main stuff I know. I can tell you all the big important things. Because, you know, if it's important, everyone knows it. Alright, so this is going to be 5 of 6, and as you can see, again, I had said this last video, it's just run around, kill, collect stuff, run around, kill, collect stuff. It's kind of depressing that the ingenuity and the creativity in the questing comes much later. I don't know why they didn't decide to make these starting areas more dynamic. Because as far as I am concerned, when it comes to games, new players, because I know old players aren't going to give a damn about this stuff. We're going to play it, we're going to do it no matter what. But when it comes to new games and new players, when people come and play this game for the first time, who that would be I don't know at this point, but when people come and play this for the first time, the first 10 or so levels is what gets a player addicted. The reason why WoW was so awesome back in the day, and don't even say this isn't why you kept playing, because I know it is because you leveled from 1 to 9 in what? 3, 4, 5 hours? Something crazy like that? So, that's, at least for me, why I was addicted. I never played a game before where I could level up so fast. And of course, my assumption was like, oh, the rest of the game must be this easy. No, it wasn't. But, it was much simpler and much... Oh, by the way, there's a bag. I had mentioned in my starting zone video, every zone gets a bag now, a second bag, immediately. I think, like, before you hit level 5, there's at least one quest that gives you that. Yeah, there you go. You can hear the voice in the background again. It won't go away. No matter where you're at in the zone, when someone activates that quest, the damn voice appears. Like, that's terrific. Like, thanks, guys. I like the voice. I like whoever does that. Though, it's probably Chris Metzen. He'll do everything. Though I love you, Chris. Don't think I'm hating. No, I doubt he even watches this. So, you know, I think this area in general, and a lot of the starting zones, I think the Forsaken area, while it has a good story to it now, at least for one quest, most of it is kind of old. In the Horde, you get one new quest where you kill Alliance. But again, that's kind of old school. It's what it used to be. They really need to... Did I say Horde? I meant Orc. But they really need to change that stuff.
Right.
And make it this more dynamic experience. I know they probably don't have the means to do it. Or the time, right? But they should. Who, you know... I'm gonna complain because I can. You know, but... I'm not really going to freak out about it. So anyway, you go and you find Jessup McCree, and he needs you to go help him. Another one of those quests. Again, very serious, very straightforward quest. And it's like reading... This, my hope is that this is all beta stuff, and it will change. But it's like reading the actual quest objectives and not the story behind the quest, right? It's like elongated quest objectives. Like, oh, there's this guy over here. You should probably go talk to him. And then when you're done talking to him, da-da-da-da-da-da.
Can I help you?
Anyway, this is something I mentioned in my starting zone video before. No matter what, you get a quest that says, hey, go and test your new abilities after you train them. So it's basically telling you how to train, which is kind of nice. I like this idea that Blizzard's saying, hey, look, we're going to teach you how to play your class, which is nice. So you go over here, look, I clicked, yell at me later. And then you use your ability. And then you get your little, like, oh, you used it. You go back, and in this case, you get a weapon. Which, by the way, when I equip this, look how awesome this is for level 3 or 4, whatever I am. You get a freaking lightsaber. How cool is that? By the way, I just want to point out, I really should have, like, selected hair or something for my guy, but whatever. So now I have to run over to this Jessup guy, which I think, I don't know what McCree is for. Wasn't Jessup the one colonel, like, you can't handle the truth? That guy? I don't know. But, needless to say, going back to everything I was talking about before, I think they really missed an opportunity to change these starting zones drastically and give the races an overall individual feel. Instead, it seems like they're all caught up in this war. Maybe it's because they believe that if you haven't played now, then you aren't going to play. Or, let's say, you know, the Worgen. You saw the Worgen story, and it was very good. And you saw the Goblin story, and it was very good. If they could translate that to the other starting classes, I mean, even DKs, right? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But as you saw, this guy basically says that he's a demolitionist expert. He's there to blow up this cave that they have because the Troggs are coming out. Now, if you had seen my starting zone video I did a while back, the dwarf starting area had all the Troggs underground, and they had come up and they had pushed the trolls out into the open, and it caused all sorts of drama and chaos. Same thing's basically happening here. And as you can see, other people have been here. Thank God for fast forwarding. And that guy attacked me while crawling on the ground. I assume he's like the Ring Girl, or whatever that other movie was, with the little boy who was like, "Ah, I'm a cat!" Whatever the hell that movie was, someone will know. Again, just straightforward kill quest. Maybe I'm spoiled by stuff they did in Wrath and stuff they did in other zones in Cataclysm. But it's funny to me that the starting areas, I guess maybe they have to do that, right? Maybe they have to make it so you understand how to actually kill stuff normally. But I think we're kind of spoiled, I gotta be honest, that the later zone quests in Cataclysm are so varied and different. For those of you who saw my videos of Hydro that I've been doing, I think, what are we on? Like 19 or something like that at this point? You'll notice that a lot of the quests, while there are a bunch of kill quests, a lot of them are different and varied, and they're all sort of specialized in their own way. I guess I'm kind of spoiled by that, because looking at this now, through different eyes, I guess we'll say, I can understand where a new player would be like, oh, alright, I'm learning how to play the game. But for a returning experienced player, I guess maybe I'm kind of, you know, beyond it. It seems like an asinine thing, like an idiotic, mean-spirited thing to say, really, but I guess I am. I guess I'm kind of beyond doing this stuff. So, actually, see right there? You just saw it. See, when I was standing there for a while, that sped up 100%. So, in that time is when I passed out. That was one of the... I mentioned before, I fell asleep twice while playing this zone. That was one of them. And it's not because I was tired, it's because I got bored. I was just physically bored. Maybe it's because I don't like warriors, and I've never played one besides this. But I'm telling you, I just was sitting there, and I think I looted the guy, and just nodded off. And then woke up and was like, holy I'm still playing. Better finish this zone. There's another point later where you'll see it. I don't know why. I got 9 hours of sleep. I ended up playing this at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. I guess I was just, I don't know. Maybe I'm narcoleptic. Is that what that is? Narcolepsy? Maybe I'm that. And I'm just not diagnosed. And only when I play a gnome does it come out of me. I'm gnomeleptic. Alright, go turn this in. And this guy basically says, great, you got my explosives, wonderful. And then he also says, oh, by the way, now that you've saved my men, now that you have my explosives, it's time to go blow some crap up. So I have to go to the bottom of Frost Main Hold, which I think those used to be the trolls, yeah? I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, who knows. And I have to go blow up the Trogg tunnels down there. I'm going to give you a second to read that quest dialogue if you want to. Again, it's not too creative. I mean, I don't know. There's some armor, but it's, you know, I'm not going to bother showing you what it looks like. And if you wanted to see it, go level a gnome later. It's not that impressive. It's the same thing as all other armor. Alright, there's another ring crawly guy. Gonna come out of my TV and attack me. There's another one, wow. So I'm gonna assume when they're asleep, that's a bug, or they didn't put the model in where they pop up awake. Again, I think I passed out right there. I think I fell asleep right there. Because why else would I have just stood there and let him attack me? Maybe I passed out so many times I just don't remember. That's creepy. Maybe you and I are discovering something about me right now that I don't... That's kind of funny. Clearly, I was very bored at this point in time. But again, like I had said before, I think Blizzard spoiled us. I hate to say it, I think maybe that's why I dislike this zone so much. Blizzard got so good at making quests that the new ones they put in for the early level guys that are just basically go kill people don't stack up to those. Maybe that's why I hate this zone so much, because I love gnomes, that ain't it. And I love killing stuff with a lightsaber, that ain't it. So clearly, something is wrong, and I'm not gonna believe it's me in this case. Alright, so you killed Boss Brugor, doesn't even matter. And you have to blow this thing up. Now, I sat here for a minute and was like, what? I didn't realize there was an animation that was gonna happen. I thought that was the animation. There you go. And then the boulders fall down, everything's good, and I'm like, alright, time to run out. Alright, thank God for fast forward. And as you can see, at this point, I was just not even going to bother. I was like, screw it. I'm not going to bother fighting guys. Now, you'll notice, what's interesting about this is they start you off saying we have to fight this cog crush guy or whatever the bad guy in this area is, who relates to Thermoplug or whoever the hell is in charge of Gnomeregan now. I thought we were, who knows. But apparently that's what the main goal of this area is, but they take you to so many different places that seem unrelated to that, that you sort of lose the focus of, oh yeah, we're taking over Gnomeregan, we're going to retake it. Instead you're like, oh, you have to do this first, and this first, and this first. I know that's definitely a WoW thing, they do that all the time. Like, before we can assault the base, we have to go take care of our rear, and then go get supplies. I get it, they do that all the time, that's fine. But for a starting area, I don't know. It seems like, at least from what I've deduced, the battle for taking over Gnomeregan didn't even work, and Gnomeregan's still going to be an instance? Is that what I'm seeing? Because I don't understand. Maybe I'll have to go back and look later, because I did not do that. But you never go back to Thermoplug, and he's still around being a bad guy, so I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to run back here and hopefully get us to the last video so you can see how this thing ends. And trust me, I made some improvements on the ending.